Well, welcome back to Around the Clock. During this holiday edition, we're going to talk a little bit about the Nutcracker. Lots of people know certain pieces of music, like the Sugar Plum Fairy variation and the Russian.
Okay.
Those are some of the more popular. If you're listening to the radio, you'll hear the Sugar Plum, you'll hear Russian as part of commercials and things like that.
Right, you might not know what it's called, but I'll know it. I'll recognize it. From,
If you hear it, you'll recognize it.
Nutcracker.
Yeah. So we have 3 different Nutcrackers that we're going to share with you today, and from different angles. The first is from the Dancing Arts Center in Holliston, and our tie-in with that one is, I'll have to be honest, it's a school that I used to teach for, and I still do stage management and production work for them. And they have a Nutcracker coming up December 19th and 20th at the Norwood Theater.
Oh.
The Norwood Theater is this beautiful old theater that the woman who owns it purchased and renovated to its original glory. So they redid all the seats and all the curtains, and they've dug out so that the restrooms in the basement are gorgeous. And what ties that into Ashland, as our news, is 2 of the dancers from the Dancing Arts Center, Adela Lynn and Caitlin Arsenal, both juniors here at the Ashland High School, are in this production. For Adela, she's been in this production many times. So last year we showed you Nutcracker. Adela was in that one. For Caitlin, this is her first time. She's been dancing for a number of years, but this is her first time participating in the Nutcracker. Adela is doing Spanish, and Caitlin is doing Russian. Adela also is our soldier doll. They also have a very special guest, and it's a past student, a young student named Jacob Clerico, who's from Natick.
Oh, nice.
And he is so talented. He is actually down at the Jacqueline Kennedy Onassis School as part of the American Ballet Theater.
Impressive.
On scholarship.
Nice.
But they were able to get him back this year, so he's going to be performing. And the nice thing about the Nutcracker that the Dancing Arts Center does is it's not quite as expensive as Boston Ballet, but it's done very professionally. And you have the little kids, and you have the mice, and you have the angels, and you have the growing tree, and you have all the magic. And it's just a very nice theater. There's free parking. So if instead of if you don't want to go to Boston Ballet, which we'll also be talking about, you can head to the Norwood Theater on December 19th and 20th.
And will Jacob be the lead?
And Jacob is dancing. He will be the Nutcracker.
Okay.
And he will also be the Cavalier in the Sugar Plum Pas de Deux.
Okay.
So you'll get to see a lot of them if you go. The next Nutcracker we're going to talk about is Boston Ballet. It is such a great professional company. We had the opportunity to go and watch dress rehearsal, which is always fun because there's not as many people, and you get to do the footage, and you get to see what they're doing. And of course, even at dress rehearsal, there's always little things that they're fixing. So, they're fixing the lights or spacing or something like that. But the Nutcracker that the Boston Ballet is doing is one that they started doing back in 2012.
Right, and you were telling me that if I saw it 20 years ago,
if you saw the
not
Boston
the same.
Ballet 20 years ago, it is not the same Nutcracker. It is not the same company. As we talk about here on the show, we get to share a number of things from Boston Ballet with our viewers because we get to go in and videotape their dress rehearsals, and we've even done some interviews with some of their dancers. So if you're looking for a nice night, if you want to go into Boston to see a Nutcracker, I recommend you go into Boston Ballets, and they're at the Opera House. So the last Nutcracker we're going to talk about is a little bit different. This is the Duke Ellington Nutcracker, and again, we're reaching a little bit as to how this connects to Ashland. This one is being performed, or has been performed, out at the University of Massachusetts at Amherst. They are doing a big celebration of the 35th anniversary of their dance department, and as part of that, they brought back 9 alumni to help choreograph this Nutcracker. And I was one of the choreographers that was invited back, so that was a lot of fun to get to do that. And what made it more fun is, again, I'm going to self-promote here a little bit. My daughter, my youngest daughter, Adriana, is a dancer and a dance major out at UMass Amherst.
It's a proud moment for you.
And very proud, very proud. So we're going to show you, I actually got to talk to her a little bit about her experience with this Nutcracker, and we're going to get to show you some of the dancing.
As promised, we are out at Bowker Auditorium for our extended field trip for Around the Clock. I am here with Adriana Greaves, one of the dancers of the University Dancers Concert's Nutcracker. This is the Ellington Nutcracker. Adriana, can you tell us how many sections of the Nutcracker are you in?
I'm in 3 of the sections.
And do you know the names of those sections?
Sugar Rum Fairy, Tootie Toot, and Arabesque Cookie.
Okay, so most people don't know the Ellington, so which one do they relate to?
Sugar Rum Fairy is Sugar Plum. Tootie Toot is Marzipan, and Arabesque Cookie is Arabian.
So 3 very different styles. And so you worked with 3 different choreographers. Are the styles different for those 3 pieces?
They're all extremely different, and their way of choreographing was really different.
Did some work better for you than others?
I was just adapting to all of them.
Okay. So you are a sophomore here at UMass?
Yes, I am.
And besides dance, are you studying anything?
I'm a double major in kinesiology.
Okay. And what made you decide to dance? Why are you here?
Well, I've been dancing for my whole life, and I left public school for dance. I went to a boarding high school for dance, so it's just kind of in my blood. I gotta do it.